Donald Trump just scared a group of little kids in the Oval Office. Donald Trump's behavior moments ago was so deeply disturbing with these little kids. We should not normalize it. It is so critical that we call it out. These kids were used by Donald Trump as props to announce the fact that he's doing a presidential fitness test day once again. And so he used these children as props. And then Donald Trump's interaction with these children was so disturbing. There are so many red flags here. And frankly, I don't even know why there are kids this age or kids at all in the Oval Office, given that Donald Trump right now is currently covering up a child sex trafficking ring. And this needs to be called out. I know corporate news isn't going to call it out, so we will call it out here on the MeidasTouch network strongly and with moral clarity. So here Donald Trump mocks a little girl for being short. He crushes her ambitions of wanting to play volleyball and tells her you'd probably be better off playing soccer. Here, play this clip.
How about you? What sport do you play?
I play volleyball, and in the summer I'm trying to get into soccer.
Wow. And with your height, do you smash the ball, the volleyball? Do you get up high? Can you jump high?
Not very.
Soccer might be better. I'm just looking. I think she'd be a great soccer player.
Then in front of these little kids, Donald Trump starts calling former President Obama Barack Hussein, and he turns to these kids in quite a creepy manner, very creepy. And he's like, have you heard of Barack Hussein? You know Hussein? Here, play this clip.
Each other in the presidential fitness test, but others. And then we had the Obama administration. Wonderful, wonderful person. Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? We had the Obama administration, which phased out this wonderful tradition of physical fitness. Thank you, Barack, very much. Great job.
Then Donald Trump starts telling the kids that the election was rigged and that we have rigged elections in the United States. Let's play this clip.
And unfortunately, bad things happened. It was a rigged election. And I said, well, I'll do it again. I had the ultimate poll. I did so well. And I had the ultimate poll, and we won in a landslide.
Then he speaks to a young boy who talks about how he wants to be a weightlifter. And then Donald Trump uses this opportunity to attack the transgender community and says, you'll never compete against women in powerlifting. You understand? You'll never compete against women. This is how you're behaving in front of little children. Here, play this clip.
What about you? Look at this guy. He's a big guy.
Me, I'm doing football right now, and next year I'm going to be trying to do powerlifting.
Oh, whoa.
Yes,
Whoa. All right, let's go.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
And you'll never compete against women in powerlifting.
No, sir.
Did you see that they had a man powerlifter and he decided to go the opposite direction? He took a record, stood for 18 years. He beat it by 119 pounds. Okay? They put the little quarter of an ounce. To 18 years it stood. This guy came, he was a failed powerlifter. But he went on the other side and he decided that he wanted to go into women's sports, and he broke the record by 118 pounds. I think that's fair? So I don't think we'll have to worry about you.
Yes, sir.
You're going to do good. Are you a strong person?
Yes, sir.
Good. You think you can take me in a fight? I think you could. Hey, that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? How about you?
Then in front of these kids, Donald Trump says that he's going to make Iran cry uncle. You're going to cry uncle, right? That's what they say. Here, play this clip.
They should wave the white flag of surrender. In hockey, they say uncle, right? When are they gonna cry uncle? But and they have another expression. If this were a fight, they would stop it. But we have to go out and we have to do it. And it's very sad to see. Even shooting the.
Then Donald Trump started making weird noises and then stuck his tongue out at the children. Here, play this clip.
Almost like, I'm just they're very smart.
Then again, surrounded by kids, Donald Trump says, we don't really want to go in and kill people. It's tough. I have a lot of Iranian friends. I don't want to kill these people. Let's show you this clip right here.
They can't pay their soldiers. The money is worthless. No, they should do the smart thing, They should do the smart thing, and because we don't want to go in and kill people. We really don't. I don't want to. It's too tough. Great people. I know the people. I have so many Iranian friends from New York and from other places over the years. They're great people. I don't want to kill those people.
Gas prices in the United States.
Then you have Donald Trump falling asleep when Linda McMahon, who I do not like at all, would be an understatement. But Linda McMahon's at least, I think, trying to stick with the script here of saying you need to eat well and you need to exercise. Okay, again, I disagree with everything in general that she says, and she's such a phony, but she's talking about eating well and exercising, right? That's nothing to disagree with there. And Trump can't stand it, and he just starts falling asleep and closing his eyes. Let's play this clip.
To compete, that's what you said, Pete. All of us are saying the same thing, but let's not forget, it's about also a sound mind and a sound body. In order to have a sound mind, you do have to eat well, you do have to exercise, you do have to train, and you do have to be fit to do that. And if we all are, we are the best of who we can be. So I encourage.
Then Donald Trump says, all right, I got to go speak again. And then he starts talking about people being shot between the eyes and snipers murdering people. This is what he's talking about in front of the kids. Let's play it.
They don't have any guns. So you could have 200,000 people protesting and have 5 or 6 sick people with guns. And when they start shooting them right between the eyes and you see a guy fall and another one fall and you have no guns, very few people would be able to stand there and do it. I mean, I understand it. I tell them not to. Don't forget, they killed 42,000 people last month. 42,000 unarmed protesters. They have no guns. So they had a 250,000 people crowd, and they had snipers. They had like 4 or 5 snipers in buildings up high. And you're standing there, and all of a sudden the guy on your left goes down, and somebody. That's what happened with a women protest. They had 200,000 women protesting a year ago, and everyone thought that was the end of Iran. And then all of a sudden, a woman dropped dead with a bullet right there, always right there. Then another woman dropped, and then the word started to spread, and then there was panic, and then they ran, and so I don't want that to happen. We don't need that, we don't need it. But the only reason they want to protest so badly, but they don't have weapons.
Then he starts ranting about Gary Player, the golfer who's there, and he just says, he's one of the best. Let's play this clip.
Gary Player, as an example, he won 168 tournaments over a very average career. Think of it. He won 168 tournaments, 18 majors, 9 and 9 senior. He has more championships than anybody, national championships than anybody. And I played with him. He's very proud of it, actually. He played with him on his 90th birthday. He very easily, on a tough course, from 6,800 yards, he very easily shot a 70. And it was the easiest 70. And normally, if you shoot a 70 and you're 90, you'd run around so excited. Gary's like, all right, let's have a little lunch. He's the most unexcited human being I've ever seen. Because he's been doing it all his life. He's been winning top 3 in history. In my opinion, I don't think it's my opinion. Just based on the record, Gary is top 3. Jack and Tiger and Gary, greatest golfers. So thanks for being here.
He then says he wishes that Iran's financial system fails. I'll show you this clip.
Well, I guess so, because we're making it fail, right?
Is that what it takes?
I hope it fails.
Is that what it takes?
You know why? Because I want to win. It takes getting pounded on by the military, I think, for more. But in addition to that,
Then RFK Jr. starts talking, and then Donald Trump falls asleep there as RFK is talking about 70% of adults are obese. Here, play this clip.
Percent of adults are obese or overweight, and 77% of our children cannot qualify for military service. And that should be an eye-opener for all of us. And I'm so grateful to President Trump for his leadership and his vision of reinstituting the physical fitness test and challenging Americans to compete with each other in a friendly, congenial way, and to help each other get in shape so that we can prepare for a great future that this administration is going to provide for this country.
Then thereafter, Donald Trump goes outside, and I'll just show you the B-roll of it right here, where it's a full-blown cringe fest. Donald Trump is then with these kids who are visiting the White House. These people look a little bit older, look like they're teenagers outside. They were little children in the Oval Office. And then he starts doing that weird, like he just starts dancing in front of them. And he's like, dance with me. I want you all, will you all dance with me? And he does his like creepy YMCA dance that he does, and he makes them dance with him. I just want to also point out that before Donald Trump arrived to the White House, I'll just show you right here though, because there's so many things unwell with this individual at so many levels. He can't walk in a straight line. I just want to point this out. I mean, run the B-roll of him leaving Marine One before he got to the White House. I just think it's an important thing to note. Before continuing, one quick PSA for the Meidas Mighty when it comes to Medicare. Most Medicare agents push Medicare Advantage plans even when they're not right for you because they make more money doing it. That's why we strongly recommend you do what thousands in our audience have already done. Speak with Chapter, please. They don't just share the amazing benefits of Medicare Advantage. They explain the pros and cons of all your Medicare options. Original Medicare, Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and Part D. Chapter supports you in comparing every plan against your specific healthcare needs because they want to ensure you have the best coverage for you. One Chapter member, Jill, said her advisor presented options she didn't even see on the Medicare.gov website. And in many cases, Chapter saves people over $1,100 a year by getting them on the right plan. So if you're on Medicare or will be soon, dial 82 Medicare and get honest advice from Chapter. That's 82 Medicare. It's free and quick. They can review your options in under 20 minutes. If you're on the right plan already, they'll tell you. If you're not, they can help you save thousands the way they have with thousands of members of the Meidas Mighty. I showed you all of the conduct there of Donald Trump with these little kids. I could go on and on, but I think you get it. Can we just contrast that to when Obama and Mamdani were with a group of little kids at an elementary school? Can we show you how adults are supposed to interact with kids? So here's Obama and Mamdani with the kids singing The Wheels on the Bus. Play this clip.
Wish the wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish all through the town.
Is that it? Anything else?
Beep, beep.
Oh, the beep beep. That's one of the best ones.
Beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus go beep, beep, beep all through the town.
They're not crushing the dreams of these little kids and saying that they shouldn't play the sports or talking about elections being rigged. Here's Obama saying, who thinks that Mamdani is a great singer? Here, play this clip.
Beep, 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 all through the town.
Can I ask, did everybody think that like Mamdani was the best singer?
Yeah, Mamdani's the best.
You're just being nice.
Mamdani is the best in the world.
We made sure he was there for today. DJ Khaled on this pre-K program. Another one.
And you can see the actual like love and empathy in the room as Obama and the children are joking and having fun. And the child's like, who's my name? What's your name? This is a healthy interaction with children. I think it's important because corporate news is never even going to cover what the heck just went down in the Oval Office with Donald Trump, right? And I think we need to say, what are these interactions supposed to look like so we can get back to like being normal? Here, play this clip.
I know who you are. I know who you are.
Who is he? He's the mayor of New York City.
I know your name.
You know my name?
Yeah, I know your name.
What's his first name? Mayor. That's his name is Mayor. Yes.
And just to remind you, I mean, Donald Trump's other visits, whether he's at high schools, like what this guy does that corporate news doesn't talk about. So when Donald Trump spoke at a high school in Iowa during the campaign, Donald Trump told, he's in a high school in Iowa. And part of Donald Trump's campaign is that he doesn't like getting urinated on by prostitutes. And he says, I'm not into golden showers. He brings it up on his own. He goes, I'm not into golden showers. I don't like it. And I'm a germaphobe. So my wife knows I don't like getting urinated on by prostitutes. This is what he says at a high school. Play this clip.
He was with 4 hookers. You think that was good that night to go up and tell my wife, it's not true, darling. I love you very much. It's not true. Actually, that one she didn't believe because she said he's a germaphobe. He's not into that, you know? He's not into golden showers, as they say they call them. He's not. I don't like that idea. No, I didn't. I thought that would be a big problem. I was going to have a rough night, but that one she was very good on, she said.
And then when Donald Trump was speaking on the campaign, it's just what we all see when I'm trying to bring up all of these red flags before and people are like, oh, MeidasTouch, you're being hyperbolic. Why do you not like this guy? Oh, what are you doing? Remember all of that? Remember all of that discourse back then? Well, here was Donald Trump with the young Republicans, high school students into college, but young Republicans, right? In New York. And Trump's speech to the young Republicans is that the high school students, that the most courageous thing he did was say he grabs women by their vagina. He says, I grab them by their genitals. And when you're a star, you get away with it. And he said the most courageous thing he did is when he referred to that, when it became public, as locker room talk. And Trump said all of the generals, this general, powerful general who saw men die in war, he went to me and he said, Donald, when you called that locker room talk, I've never seen a man so courageous as you. This is the Donald Trump speech to children. Play this clip.
But I went onto that stage just a few days later, and a general who's a fantastic general actually said to me, sir, I've been on the battlefield. Men have gone down on my left and on my right. I stood on hills where soldiers were killed. But I believe the bravest thing I've ever seen was the night you went onto that stage with Hillary Clinton after what happened. And then that woman asked you the first question about it. And I said, locker room talk. It's locker room talk. What the hell? What are you talking? Locker room talk. That was not a great.
And I'll leave you with this. Former President Obama saying, this is an interview he did with my buddy, Brian Tyler Cohen. And I very much agree with what Obama says here, that I think the vast majority of Americans look at Trump's behavior and are disgusted with it. But it's important that we speak with moral clarity about it and we don't normalize this damn behavior. Here's what Obama said. Let's play it.
The majority of the American people find this behavior deeply troubling. It is true that it gets attention. It's true that it's a distraction. But, as I'm traveling around the country, as you're traveling around the country, you meet people, they still believe in decency, courtesy, kindness. And there's this sort of clown show that's happening in social media and on television. And what is true is that there doesn't seem to be any shame about this among people who used to feel like you had to have some sort of decorum and a sense of propriety and respect for the office, right? So that's been lost. But the reason I point out that I don't think the majority of the American people approve of this is because ultimately the answer is going to come from the American people.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers, and thanks for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.